All right, let's just get right into it. If you're a busy entrepreneur, you already know your biggest bottleneck isn't a lack of good ideas. It's literally an inability to clone yourself, right? Every single hour you spend agonizing over social media, that's an hour stolen directly from product development, sales calls, or actually scaling your business. But imagine waking up tomorrow, checking your phone, and realizing your entire month's worth of content is already scheduled, uploaded, and ready to go. No stress, no last-minute scrambling, and absolutely no staring at a blank screen wondering what to post. That's exactly what we're unpacking in this explainer, the 15-minute social media automation system. We're going to dive deep into how top-tier operators turn the daily grind of content creation into a massive, highly leveraged, high ROI asset. Seriously, what if your entire month of content literally took just 15 minutes? I know, it sounds almost impossible, because right now your competitors are probably out there burning precious runway, wasting hours every single day just manually writing captions, editing videos, and trying to chase trends. It's such an exhausting, low-leverage grind. Think about a hypothetical founder. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah's spending 2 hours a day just formatting Instagram reels instead of closing deals. That is a massive opportunity cost. But while Sarah is stuck in the weeds, your content machine could be running completely on autopilot. Today, we're looking at the exact system scaling businesses use to automate 30 days of top-tier content in exactly 15 minutes using AI. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the daily posting lie, then we'll look at the shift from creator to operator. After that, we'll break down the 15-minute engine itself, and finally, we'll calculate the ultimate automation ROI. Let's do this. Section 1, the daily posting lie. Honestly, this is probably the biggest invisible tax on your business right now. There's just this massive contrast between founders stuck in the past and those using tech to scale. A lot of people still buy into this myth that you have to manually post every single day to succeed. The old school way, it demands 2 hours just thinking of ideas, an hour writing, and another hour editing. Let's actually do the math on that. If your hourly rate as a CEO is, say, $500, you literally just spent $2,000 in opportunity cost on a handful of posts. It's terrible ROI. Give it a week and burnout is guaranteed. But the new way, just 15 minutes total. Smart entrepreneurs figured out a long time ago, you don't create content daily. You create content systems. Systems don't need coffee, they don't get tired, and they scale infinitely without adding to your mental load. Which brings us to section 2, creator versus content operator. This is a crucial mindset shift you've got to make to get your time back. So what is a content operator? It's someone who builds systems that work on the business without them, rather than working in it. Look, if you're formatting your own TikToks or writing tweets from scratch every morning, you've essentially just hired yourself as an entry-level social media manager. You're acting as a creator, trading your highly valuable time for minimal output. An operator, though, they step back. They architect an automated machine that acts like an unpaid 24/7 digital sales team that frees you up to actually run your company, lower your acquisition costs, and close those big enterprise deals. Okay, section 3, the 15-minute automation engine. Let's get right into the actual 5-step workflow that makes this whole thing possible. We're going to systematically move through ideas, repurposing, captions, visuals, and scheduling. Now, I want you to think of this not as some artsy creative exercise, but as a strict standard operating procedure, an SOP, something you can execute flawlessly, or better yet, just hand straight to an assistant. Each step here systematically kills a bottleneck that usually drags busy entrepreneurs down. Step 1 solves that awful, I don't know what to post paralysis. AI has completely destroyed this problem. Gone. With just a single well-crafted prompt, say commanding the AI to act as a direct response marketer and generate 30 contrarian takes about B2B SaaS, you get a full month of ideas in 3 minutes. You aren't brainstorming anymore, you're commanding an algorithm. One prompt, 30 ideas, 3 minutes. Bam. The bottleneck disappears instantly, saving you so much cognitive friction. And here's the secret for step 2. You don't need totally unique concepts for every single platform. Smart operators engineer omnipresence through repurposing. You take one core pillar, like why businesses fail, and you fragment it. The main thought becomes a 10-minute YouTube breakdown. Then you pull the absolute best 30-second hook for a YouTube short. Add some fast-paced subtitles for an Instagram reel. On X, that same concept turns into a solid educational thread, and over on LinkedIn, you flip it into professional stats and insights. So one initial idea effortlessly explodes into 5 distinct assets. Which brings us right to your massive ROI multiplier, 150. When you take those 30 initial ideas from step 1 and run them through that 5-platform repurposing framework we just looked at, you instantly get 150 distinct pieces of content.
This, right here, this is exactly how top founders seem to be literally everywhere at once, dominating their niche. They aren't constantly creating from scratch, no way. They're just repurposing smarter.
All right, step 3 is captions. We all know staring at a blinking cursor just kills your momentum. Instead of doing that, you feed those generated ideas back into your AI and ask for 3 different variations, maybe an educational tone, a story-driven angle, and an engagement-focused version. Just like that, you've created a multivariant A/B test in 20 seconds. What used to drain 20 minutes of your day is done before you can even take a sip of coffee.
Moving to step 4. This is where your profit margins really start to expand. Technology is the new team. High-converting visuals used to mean paying a hefty retainer for a designer, an editor, a copywriter, the whole shebang. Not anymore. AI tools can whip up thumbnails and graphics in seconds. Video tools automatically add those engaging subtitles, cut out the dead air, and perfectly resize everything for all those platforms we talked about. The entire production process that used to require a whole team is now handled by you, the operator, in minutes.
Finally, step 5, schedule everything. This is the linchpin that turns a messy project into true automation. You don't log in every day to post. You do one batch session, you log in week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4 all at once. So, when Monday morning rolls around and you're deep in a high-stakes client meeting, your content machine is just humming along in the background. Disconnecting with family on a Sunday, your brand is still nurturing leads. That is what true operational leverage looks like.
Let's wrap up with section 4, the ultimate automation ROI. Let's look at the exact time breakdown to prove why this is non-negotiable. When you stack all of these pieces together, you get this mathematically perfect 15-minute workflow. Minutes 1 through 3 are for ideation and prompting. By minute 7, your captions and A/B variations are completely written. By minute 10, your visuals and resized videos are locked. And in those final 5 minutes, you schedule the entire month across all your platforms. That's 30 days of omnipresent marketing, flawlessly executed in a 15-minute gap before your morning coffee. Completely hands-off automation that actually respects your time.
I love this quote because it hits the nail on the head. Attention is the new currency, and automation is the machine that prints it. The future of market share doesn't belong to founders who manually grind out posts every single day. It belongs to the architects of the smartest systems. Your content needs to be a scalable lead generation asset completely divorced from your personal time. That system gives you the freedom to sleep, to lead, or to build your next massive project.
So I want to leave you with a final provocative question. We know AI creates great content. We just saw the exact framework for it. The real existential question for your business is this: what happens when your competitors are leveraging AI to be everywhere, and you aren't? If you implement this SOP today, a month from now, your content will be publishing itself while you're out there actually scaling your revenue. In today's economy, the smartest systems win. Don't let your competition build theirs first. Start building your automation engine